In this video, you will discover the whole truth, whether Christians should keep the Sabbath or not. These truths will help equip you against Satan's counterfeit doctrines in the last days. As I present to you 10 myths about the Sabbath, stay tuned. Hi, I'm Jericho for Truth in Bible Prophecy. This channel is dedicated to help you understand God's Word and Bible prophecy. If you're new to this channel, kindly subscribe and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified of our future prophecy videos. Did you know that in the Bible, way back when sin ever existed, God made a very important day, a holy, sanctified, and blessed day that almost everyone has forgotten about. It is one of the most important days in all of human history. This holy day is not only in the past, but has a significant meaning for us now living in the future. In Revelation 14, verse 6 to 7, in the book of Revelation we find God's message called the everlasting gospel to prepare the people for Jesus' soon return. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God, and give glory to Him, for the hour of His judgment is come, and worship Him that made heaven and earth, and the sea, and the fountains of water. God's message to the world is to worship the Creator. At a time when evolution is being taught in most schools, God sends a message to the world to worship the Creator. Who is the Creator? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And in Him all things were created, and the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us. Jesus created everything. Genesis chapter 1 tells us, first day and second day, God created light and the firmament. In the third day, God made vegetation. In the fourth day, God made the lesser light and the greater light. In the fifth day, God made the fowls and fishes. Let us now read about the crowning act of creation. Genesis chapter 1 verse 26. And God said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness. So God created man in His own image. In the image of God created He him. Male and female created He them. We did not come from monkeys and just evolve. We trace our origins back to creation and back to God, not to monkeys or the Big Bang Theory. And on the seventh day, God ended His work which He had made, and He rested on the seventh day from all His work which He had made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it He had rested from all His work which God created and made. As we arrive to the end of the creation story, you will find something that is amazing and unusual. God finished His work twice. Notice in Genesis 1:31, Genesis 2:2-3, then God saw everything that He had made, and indeed it was very good. So the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Thus the heavens and the earth and all the hosts of them were finished, in the Hebrew kala. And on the seventh day, God ended, in the Hebrew kala, His work which He had done, and He rested on the seventh day from all His work that He had done. Then God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it He rested from all His work which God had created and made. You might be wondering, how can someone possibly finish his work twice in creation? Let me illustrate. For example, a painter working on a masterpiece. Supposing on the first day, the painter works on the canvas and sketch. He saw it and he said, it was good. The second day, the painter probably plants and mixes the colors. And he saw it and he said, it was good. The third day, the painter mixes the backgrounds and shadows. He saw it and he said it was good. the fourth day, and in the fifth day, the painter works on the trees, the sky, and the ocean. On the sixth day, put on the finishing touches on the canvas, steps back, and saw what he made and said, "It is very good." Do you think the artists have finished the work? Yes and no. The beautiful artwork is finished, but there's one thing missing. Every painting must have a signature of the painter. Without the painter's signature, anyone can claim the masterpiece. God finished on the sixth day, yes, but puts His signature on the seventh day. That's why God calls the Sabbath His sign, His eternal sign, Ezekiel 20 verse 12, that He created all things. Moreover, also I gave them my Sabbaths to be a sign between me and them, that they might know that I am the Lord that sanctifies them. On Genesis chapter 2, verse 1 to 3, God did three things. Genesis 2, verse 1 to 3, thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the seventh day God ended His work which He had made. He rested on the seventh day from all His work which He had made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it He had rested from all His work which God created and made. God did three things. He rested, He blessed the day, and He sanctified the seventh day. In other words, He set it apart for holy use. And when God bless something, it is blessed forever. 1 Chronicles 17:27, now you have been pleased to bless the house of your servant, that it may continue before you forever. For you have blessed it, O Lord, and it shall be blessed forever. We find the seventh day called the Sabbath, a memorial of creation, to remind us that we did not come from monkeys. Had that seventh day been kept holy, there never would have been an atheist, never would have been an evolutionist, and never would have been a Buddhist. Why? Because we would always have remembered that God created us and would never have started speculating about our origins. Does Satan want us to remember creation and our Creator? What do you think? Not at all. That's why he introduced the theory of evolution and a counterfeit day of worship to lead us to think that maybe there is no God. Knowing the devil would seek to lead us to forget creation. God does not want us to forget. Written by His own finger in the 10 Commandments. Here is the 4th commandment. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. The law of God says, work 6 and rest on the 7th day, the holy day, the Sabbath day. Why did God said remember? This is the only commandment that begins with the word remember. And amazingly, the one that God told us to remember, the whole world seemed to forget. Can you remember something that you never knew before? So evidently, the Sabbath must have existed before Mount Sinai, or God wouldn't have started the commandment with the word remember. Friends, God saw it necessary for man to rest from his labor, to remember God as our Creator. The Sabbath is a holy day, our quality time with a holy God. Keeping the Sabbath is not by any means a yoke of bondage, but rather it is our weekly nurturing of our relationship with God. Why do we need to keep the Sabbath day? We also find the answer in the 4th commandment itself. For in the 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Some people say, I keep all days holy, but only God can make a day holy. God said He was being particular. God said, remember the Sabbath day. He did not say, God, remember a Sabbath day. God rested on the Sabbath day. What day is the Sabbath day? And God tells us which day that is. It says the 7th day, and we know that Saturday is the 7th day, while Sunday is the first day of the week. If in doubt, consult a calendar or dictionary. can we be sure